Hey guys, Kate here. Today I want to talk about how to adapt your yoga practice to your period. So I know sometimes this is sort of a contentious issue in yoga, right? Whether women really need to do anything differently during their period. But I think that we do. I think that it's important to honor your body. And your period is sort of a time where your body is renewing and refreshing. And I think it's important to honor that time and to give your body a little bit of space to do its thing. So one of the things that's sometimes discussed in yoga is whether women should do inversions during their period. So things like headstands, handstands, even gentle inversions like waterfall or legs up the wall, or even partial inversions like a bridge pose. Basically anything where your hips are above your head is an inversion. And traditionally, yoga says that women shouldn't do those things when they're menstruating. But I know a lot of women feel like it feels fine, why not do it? But my opinion is that there's plenty of other times during the month when you can do inversions if you love them. But I think during your period, they're not that beneficial. And here's why. So basically, during your period, your body has this sort of downward energy moving, right? Quite literally, your body is moving blood and tissue down and out of your body. So when you do inversions, when you're bringing your hips above your head, you're actually doing the exact opposite thing your body is trying to do. So if you do an inversion during your period, it's not like it's going to kill you or anything, but it's not really supporting your body's process and what's actually happening in your body at that moment. I think it's kind of like trying to drink water upside down, right? If you've ever tried that for the hiccups. It's supposed to cure the hiccups, but I don't think it works. But if you're trying to drink water when you're upside down, right, it doesn't work that well because gravity helps you swallow and bring that water down into your body. So if you're upside down, you don't have the help of gravity and you're really just making it harder for your body to drink water. So it's kind of the same thing with your period. You're just making it harder for your body to do its natural process, right, of moving things down and out of your body. And I think, yoga practice should support your body in its natural processes and natural rhythms. So my recommendation is to just avoid that for those few days, and then you can go back to doing inversions. Especially if you suffer from severe cramps or anything like that. In Chinese medicine, that's usually a sign of some kind of stagnation, qi stagnation in your uterus, which means that energy isn't moving properly through your uterus, and that's causing cramping. So, if that's the case, right, if Chinese medicine says that you don't have proper qi movement, and then you're doing something that's sort of countering what your body wants to do, you're kind of just making that situation worse. So I would say, especially if you have a lot of cramps, avoid the inversions. Other things to avoid during your period are any intense work on your belly, things like locust, maybe even cobras, right, where you put a lot of pressure on your belly, any abdominal work, crunches, things like that. And those are often things that don't feel great to women anyways when they're menstruating. Maybe it feels fine for you and that's okay, but I know for a lot of women that just doesn't feel supportive or good. So that's usually a good indication. And then another thing to avoid is any pelvic floor work for kind of the same reason, right? When you're doing pelvic floor work, you're kind of like holding in, and during our period, we want to release and let things out. So those are things to kind of avoid when you're having your period. Good things to do would be forward folds, any sort of folding pose. Child's pose often feels really supportive. Wide-legged poses like wide-legged folds or cobbler pose can be really great. They sort of harness that like opening and releasing energy, right, that your body is doing. So those can be really supportive. If you go to my site, I have a little download of a sample sequence you can do during your period. So check that out and let me know how it goes. But the best indication is what feels right in your body. If you tune in with your body, just kind of notice, what poses sound good to you, what poses feel supportive in your body when you're menstruating, and which don't, and use that as a guide. But let me know what happens. I'm curious to hear. So shoot me a message, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys next week.